What a magical night we had at the Crystal Palace National Sports Centre to kick off the biggest weekend of the year. We were celebrating our 13-year anniversary, beginning with Global Wars UK. And on a weekend where inter-promotional matches are coming thick and fast, we had one to start us out on Friday night. Leon Slater, the youngest ever TNA X Division champion, taking on New Japan's Francesco Akira. Two of the finest young talents in the world going head-to-head. What a way to start it was, but Slater got what he wanted in the end, finishing off Akira with the Swanton 450 as the youngest in charge marched on towards that date with destiny against Oku. Up next, Alexis Falcon was representing RevPro against CMLL's Persephone. Very competitive contest throughout, but Falcon taking shortcuts whenever she got the opportunity to do so. And ultimately, when it looked like she couldn't find a way to defeat Persephone, used a chair blatantly in front of the referee, causing a disqualification loss. Falcon deciding to continue the assault after the bell until Zoe Lucas came running to the ring to break things up. Falcon went into retreat, got as far as the aisleway, but then Amira's music started up. Amira tearing into Alexis Falcon and getting a measure of retribution at Global Wars UK. The undisputed British tag team titles were on the line. Up next, a rematch from Summer Sizzler, where the Young Guns, the champions, lost in a Great British Tag League match against their former mentors, the grizzled young veterans. Zach Gibson and James Drake isolating Luke Jacobs for extended periods at the start of the match. Jacobs bleeding profusely from the forehead, but the Young Guns were able to finish it off. The kick into the pile driver, into the 1-2-3. Allen and Jacobs once again proving their dominance in the tag team division. Next, a real legend was in our midst, the almost 50-year veteran luchador Blue Panther in action against Chris Ridgway. Well, unfortunately though, Chris Ridgway showing little to no respect for the incredible legacy of Blue Panther, repeatedly trying to remove Panther's mask as the match continued, a task that he was ultimately able to achieve, and in the confusion, Ridgway securing the pinfall over the legend. Another international dream match up next. Connor Mills taking on New Japan's Yuya Uemura. Both men gave the match absolutely everything, and it seemed as though Connor Mills might be about to pick up one of the biggest wins of his singles career here in Revolution Pro Wrestling, until it turned out that was not to be. The deadbolt suplex from Uemura, enough to secure the 1-2-3 for the Japanese star. Next, it was title for title as Mercedes Monet put the undisputed British Women's Championship on the line against Discovery Wrestling Scottish Women's Champion Emerson Jane, the winner to leave with it all. Emerson Jane showing supreme confidence from the beginning, considering herself very much the equal of Monet, and with good reason, because Jane came as close as anyone has to defeating Monet, but close was not good enough. The CEO finding a way to win, adding a 9th championship belt to her collection as Monet put away Emerson Jane. But that wasn't the end of the story, because as Monet was trying to exit the arena, Alex Windsor from the Cutthroat Collective appeared in the aisleway in what turned out to be a diversion for an attempted ambush by Lizzie Evo before Kanji came out to make the save. Of course, Kanji, Monet and Danny Luna due to team up on night 2 against the CTC. Then it was time to induct the latest member of the Revolution Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. And what a deserving inductee it was. Jushin Thunder Liger, the Japanese legend. RevPro owner Andy Quilden presented Liger with a plaque to represent his induction. But shockingly, Liger's acceptance speech was interrupted by undisputed British heavyweight champion Ricky Knight Jr. RKJ showing tremendous disrespect to Liger and assaulting him, leading Knight's opponent on night 2, Shah Samuels, to run to the ring. Together, Samuels and Liger were able to take out RKJ. On night 2, it was going to be RKJ and Samuels once again, this time title versus career for that undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. And the surprises kept on coming. The Cutthroat Collective's Mercedes Blaze next making an unscheduled appearance and issuing an open challenge. A challenge that unbelievably was answered by the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, Athena. Of course, Athena was just 48 hours away from challenging Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship at Forbidden Door, and she warmed up for it with a victory over Blaze. After the match, though, Athena and Billy Starks continued to attack Mercedes Blaze until another surprise appearance, this time from Mina Shirakawa. Shirakawa clearing the ring of her Ring of Honor rival in yet another memorable moment at Global Wars UK. Jay Joshua got a match that he had long desired against the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii, in what turned out to be a stunning showcase of just how good Jay Joshua really is. He held his own fully with Ishii in one of the hardest hitting singles matches you are likely to see. In the end, Ishii got the victory with the Brainbuster. It looked like, though, we were going to get a handshake between the two men afterwards. Joshua, though, with a deeply unnecessary lariat and a gotch pile driver to boot on Ishii. And then came the main event. This one will hold a special place in the memories of many fans. A wild card, all-star 10-man tag team match. Zosiah, Speedball Mike Bailey, Mike Oloku, Katsuyari Shibata, and Hiroshi Tanahashi against Kyle Fletcher, Robbie X, Hechicero, and the Cowboy Way team of One Called Manders and Thomas Shire. Needless to say, this was a match that left a smile on the faces of every single person who witnessed it live. It came to an end after One Called Manders fell victim first to the PK from Shibata, and then one final high fly flow from the ace Tanahashi as his team picked up the win to a rapturous reception, closing out a stunning night one of our 13-year anniversary weekend. More to come, of course, just one day later at night two, but the bar set extremely high after an unforgettable Friday night in South London. Thank you for joining us. I've been Dave Bradshaw. This has been your RevPro Recap.